The Eucharist is the central part of Catholicism. Every Sunday, millions of Catholics from around the world receive the sacrament during Mass. But years ago, American Cardinal Raymond Burke, who serves as the prefect of the Apostolic Signatura, noticed something.
To observe how there was a crisis in Eucharistic faith and practice.
And so, to inspire readers to strengthen their faith, he decided to write a book titled Divine Love Made Flesh. It includes reflections on how the Eucharist relates to the sacraments and moral transformations in general. Burke says the writings were partially inspired by Benedict XVI and John Paul II.
He declared a year of the Eucharist. He wrote his last encyclical letter on the Eucharist. He then also called for a synod of the bishops on the Eucharist, which he didn't live to preside at, but Pope Benedict XVI did.
Cardinal Burke has the Vatican Supreme Tribunal of the Apostolic Signatura, which supervises about 1,000 tribunals from around the world. Among other things, the tribunal makes sure that first judges, who at a local level are bishops, and their respective tribunals are following Church's teachings.
The greater part of the cases that are heard before these tribunals are cases of marriage nullity, and the urgency, therefore, of the correct administration of justice in the tribunals is very clear, because the tribunal is touching the life of the Church in its very first cell, marriage and the family.
The Apostolic Signatura also deals with administrative issues like closing of parishes or the removal of priests and religious from ministry. He has a full schedule, but he says that without a doubt, his source of strength is the Eucharist.
If it were not for the Holy Eucharist, if it were not for the living presence of Christ with us in the Holy Eucharist, it would be difficult for me to conceive how I could carry out the responsibilities given to me.
Cardinal Burke says he hopes his book will trigger the new evangelization. The book will be published in the U.S. at the end of May. Eventually, the Vatican Publishing House will translate it to Italian.